Yeah, I
fucking
described my character as Slender
Harrison
Man, only
shit.
Birdman.
Yeah, I don't
Or
picture you guys
Slender
actually
Man,
going
only
at it, but just
Birdman.
like trading jabs, all the time, just like underhanded remarks.
All right, Caleb, the floor is yours. I have started the live stream and we're good
Did
to go.
you've okay. All right. So we left off kind of a tense moment, but not as tense as the combat. But a few minutes before, your conversation was broken by distant rolls of explosions. All of you reach for your weapons, ready for anything. As you look over Tech Duene, you can see there's fireworks going off, and the colors and lights kind of fall over you.
Do any of us know the source of why there are
Yeah,
fireworks? Is it a holiday?
yeah. You're like, oh, it is December 7th. It's the Independence Day of Tectuine, when they overthrew the government, the monarchy, and established a congressional republic.
I love December Ween. It's my favorite day.
Let's go fucking party, boys. Let's party.
I don't know if we should.
What do you mean? I gotta go sell this wyvern dick.
We just gotta.
and need to make some cash to fucking party with.
But the whole thing was that that one gnome was following us, and he called us a bunch of heathens. And I have a strange feeling that the gnome population, Fisker exempt, doesn't actually like us that much. I feel like this goes deeper than just one gnome.
Well, they're at the perfect height to eat my balls, so.
Hey.
You know what? All right. Zen likes to party. Zen likes to party. But I say we go into this warily, because I don't. No offense to Fisker or his wife or his kids, but I'm a little skeptical when it comes to gnomes right now.
Dude, it'll be like fighting off a bunch of 6th graders. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
City I can't beat
like that scene from Step
city.
Brothers.
I can't beat a city of 6th graders.
Are we proposing here?
Holy shit.
Are you proposing some kind of coup?
Just a brawl.
No, but I'm saying we should probably go with caution. Something else is amiss here. There's no way that it's just one gnome who's just like, you're a heathen. Goodbye.
We should also find your bardic
my guild?
Guild and talk to them about like any stories or tales in the land that have been being passed around lately of evil or otherworldly cosmic influences and things, because we don't know really where to go next. We're kind of at a loss with that right now.
All right, well, let's go party. And if I get stabbed, I get stabbed, and then we'll deal with the rest of it later.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Fisker, do you want to come party with us in your hometown?
When we left off, had we resolved the tensions and explained everything to do with Finnick leaving and Lunas being a weird fuck? Yeah, we should probably not be talking about partying yet. We're still in sort of a Mexican standoff situation.
When he's gone, though.
Yeah, Fisker's not even here.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough. If you guys are all just gonna fucking...
Well, it's time to just let a little loose, right? Let a little loose.
Fisker's not there, that's true. All right, so Fisker's still standing at the front door. He's leaning in his gun. I think his wife and kid are still in the house, right? Yeah.
We could go family friendly. You could bring the fam.
All right, so Fisker's gonna
His wife did come out and talk about the conversation she had with Finnick.
Yeah, it was how Finnick wanted to protect her and was trying to do his best to make sure Shiwi and your family were all right.
Okay, so while you guys are talking over there, Fisker goes back into the house, and then a couple minutes later, you see him emerge onto a little balcony onto the thatched roof with his wife and kids in tow, and they stand there watching the fireworks as you guys talk.
It's good to see the younglings are still alive. They are special, them too.
Do you see a lot of dead younglings?
I've traveled the world. I've seen many travesties.
Younglings sounds like you're fucking eating them.
Jesus.
I'll get an order of barbecue younglings, please.
Exactly.
Oh my god. I got so dark so quick.
You never denied us.
Well, like I said before, Fisker, if you are worried about the family, we could go family friendly tonight and bring them into town for the festivities.
I'm
That
on
way
the
you can
balcony.
keep an eye on them.
Are you yelling this to me? I'm like probably over.
Yeah,
here.
sure. I'm yelling already. I'm saying, let's go party. I'm like, we could go family friendly. Bring the kids and keep an eye on them.
You see him look back and like you see a kindness in his eyes, but at the same time a wariness, and he kind of gives you that look of like someone at a party who, like, you can tell they didn't understand what you said, but they just want to like not make a big deal out of it. So they just like nod and go like, yeah. And you just see him look back to the fireworks. He's up there, and you see like the purple and green and orange glow kind of reflecting off his face and the house and the kids. It's very dramatic. It's very Ghibli.
Oh, I'm gonna lean into Zen and Scrog and Lunaris, and I'm just gonna say, he looks like he's been through a lot tonight. You're gonna have to help him let some steam off. Might be time to get a little fucked up. Then I'm gonna tell Zen he's got some good stories to write from that one, and then I'm gonna laugh and shake out the bag that I got, and the tip of the wyvern cock's gonna slip out, and I'm gonna put it in front of me, and I'm gonna fucking jump around like I got a wooden pony.
You see Edmund scribbling something, and he holds it. He gives it to you, Davos, and you read it, and it says, "You guys can go ahead. I'll stay with Fisker."
Oh yeah, where's Edmund? He's not on here.
Well, he's not going to be for
They're
long
just
anyway.
there with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lunaris will take said, but should we not rest before we go?
It's a party. Who needs
Well,
to rest before a party?
Lunaris looks down and raises one of his wings, and you can see underneath he's got a pretty big battle wound on the side where the fucking wyvern jabbed a hole in him. He says, "Very well, if we must, there is something I must do before I go." And he just casts Aura of Life on himself.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Catching on to Edmund's little note. I'll lean over to Davos and I'll be like, Fisker's had it rough. His family thought he was dead up until earlier this afternoon. He's probably got a lot of time and a lot of things to catch up on with his family, so I'll let him know that we're heading on to town and he can have a moment here with his family. And if he decides to join us, he does. And if not, I'm not afraid to outdrink you yet again. And then Zen will run over to the base of the balcony and basically convey that over to Fisker and just say, "Hey, we're gonna go join in on some libations and take whatever time you need here, but you know where to find us."
I'll say that's a challenge, and I'll yell up to Fisker on the balcony, "We'll bring something back for you."
He gives you a semi-enthusiastic like finger guns.
Oh, pow pow!
Yeah, have a good time.
I'm gonna hip gun him back.
Has anybody else taken any damage or have any wounds?
I do.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to stand in the group for like a minute and everybody just absorb all the HP before we take off.
We did 9.
What is it?
It's healing radiates an energy and aura, 30-foot radius. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the area to regain 2d6. I'm just going to keep bonus actioning everybody until the 1 minute concentration is up.
So you can do 6.
Yeah. So I'll do that. 1 on
10?
myself. How are we?
6 seconds around?
Yeah. Or 10, sorry. 10.
Okay. How much damage have you taken there, Zen?
Zen's only taken 16.
You can look at the combat tracker. It's all in
I
there.
have 0, so you guys can just keep doing it to you guys.
What's Scrog?
He has 21
Negative,
wound.
So that's 3.
Edmund's got 12, so let's say Edmund's gonna wait with us, and then we'll tell him to go off
4.
and spend the night with Fisker.
5. How many? 6. And 1 more for me, and that's it. There we go. Thank you.
How many was that?
You said 6, right?
No, you get 10.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to use the
10.
rest on myself.
But it's not. It looked like it healed Scrog once, but it's not healing him anymore. Every time he uses.
I think he's choosing. He's not giving them all to Scrog.
Oh.
There. All right, we're good.
Wait, so wait, now you're gonna choose and add these up? And
No. So he gets basically 10 rolls of 2d6. So like if you go through what he's done, it was 1 for him, 1 for him, 1 for me, 1 for Scrog, 1 for Edmund, 1 for him, 1 for me, 1 for him again, 1 for him again, 1 for him again. Wow, were you fucking dying?
What's that?
yeah, he was at 40 wound.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was critical.
Thanks, my friends. And he bows his head and says, I'm ready to go.
Right, well then we'll head off.
Honky, are you listening? Can you talk, Honky?
He is not in the Discord chat.
I think.
Okay, so
I think we'll head off.
Edmund's gonna kind of convince Scrog to stay and like point to his axe and point to Fisker's family, and then invite Scrog over to Fisker's fireplace.
Fisker's family. All right. Well, we're gonna go party.
Yeah. We got to kill them all, Scrog. We got to kill them all.
Yeah. The rest of us will go off to party. So if you want to have a Fisker family time, I think while we're traveling to the city, this would be a good time.
Yes. So they're not going to get Edmund and Scrog. You see them post up near your fireplace and light up the fire, and they're both kind of just looking around. They're not interfering with your family. Edmund's lightly strumming his lute, and yeah, that's Scrog's not really saying much, but kind of going through his bag. And you have the time with your family.
Fisker. Fisker's definitely gonna take out his dulcimer, set it up, and he's gonna take both hammers in one hand, and he's gonna vamp chords to Edmund's lute as he holds his daughter's hand with one hand.
Oh, nice.
So he's doing some like he's playing like some shit that you'd basically expect, but every now and then he throws in like a weird interval because he rakes the strings. He rakes the hammer across the string and throws in like a minor second, so it's like when you're like, okay, this must be the weird gnome music, and it sounds a little bit
weird
bad.
gnome music.
It's intriguing too, yeah, depending on Edmund's level of openness.
Edmund's pretty
like
open.
It's dark yet optimistic.
Giving us Claire de Lune vibes.
Sure. After a few minutes, you notice the the boy, Fisker's son, who's next to his wife, he takes out a pair of castanets made out of walnut shells from his a little pouch strapped to his ankle, and he starts clicking along with the music with like a clave beat.
Like a clave beat, nice.
Yeah, it's all very weird.
Edmund kind of has to. He doesn't perform expertly well with the change in music, but it's good enough to kind of with the background of the fireworks. And definitely got kind of a somber feel to it. Moving on, unless there's something else you want to do.
We need to hire
Fisker?
a freelance artist to draw this stuff as we describe it.
Yes, I've thought about this. Why not? Why not Dolly?
Why not Zoidberg? What?
The AI thing we were all fucking with.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
Anyway, yeah.
Fisker doesn't have
Me
much to
too.
advance the story with right now, so he's going to continue with his seance of decompression, and maybe when Scraw comes back, he'll add something to the conversation.
All right. So Zen, Davos, and Lunaris, three very unlikely pair, triplets. Unlikely. Yeah. Anyway, you're walking down the road, and you can see there's a lot of people out watching.
Wait, Scrogg's with us, right? He wants
no.
to party.
No, Scrog's not with us.
What?
No, I've been convinced him to stay.
What?
Wow, are you not even listening?
No, I didn't hear. I'm listening. Just didn't hear.
Nah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Once we start entering town, I want to ask any nearby gnome if they can fill me in on December 7th and its significance to the town. Like, I want to know why we're celebrating.
All right. Are you looking for somebody in particular?
No, just like bullshit tourism stuff. Like, you walk into a city and they're doing stuff, so you're just like a random tourist, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, why are we doing what we're doing?"
All right. So you pass by one gnome who's carrying a tankard made for like an orc walking down the street cheering. And he takes it, like, you can see him kind of gawking at the three of you. And so you approach and say,
Hail and well met, friend. I understand today is a day of much libations, and I'm a little curious as to what's going on. What does today signify for you and your people?
"Oh, hi, otherworldly partner." And he takes a big drink. And he's like, "Today, 170 years ago, the people of Tectuine violently, and though we're not a violent people normally, overthrew the ruling monarch and established the seat of government now." And he points up. I'll put the map up. So he points up the waterfall to the castle, and he says, "So where the monarch used to reign, now it's the seat of our new government."
Yeah, I'm just going to take a quick pause before I continue this conversation because I'm curious who the fuck is drawing giant dicks in the background of this map?
Yeah, they did that at one point. I don't know what happened there, but
I blame Kote.
Is that still there?
Apparently.
Is that still there?
That's been there for so long. I did not draw that today. It must persist across sessions.
If you
Yeah,
zoom way out, it's a
Sure
giant
does.
dick. Like, if
Oh
you,
yeah, there's
I only
like
did the pink one.
there's two off to the right, and then if you zoom out even farther, there's a fucking
Oh,
massive one that takes
it's
over
been
the
there
entire
for
map.
months. I can't believe it's
There's a
vacant.
huge one. Yeah, what the?
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
I was
inside of a
laughing
giant
so
dick.
hard at that back in like June.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Right. Anyway, moving on. Well, that sounds like quite the cause for celebration. Are I have to ask though, are all the gnomes happy with the change in monarch? Like, is this a well placed faith in the new monarch? Do you guys all enjoy him more than the last one, or?
See, the wonderful thing about a democratically elected republic is that if you don't like them, you can get rid of them
Ah, yes, classic.
without having to chop their heads off.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a big fan of not chopping people's heads off, so I get where you're coming from. Other than the fireworks, what is there to do during these festivities? What would you recommend as the main source of attraction on today's event?
Well, I'm heading down to Glover Street. There'll be entertainers and drinking and libations and singers and performers.
This sounds 100% up Zen's alley. I know that backstory was never really included for Zen, but Zen is in search of his father, who is a relatively well-known performer in a caravan. So just the idea of a group of performers has struck his interest, and he's gonna definitely go to that, unless there's any other pressing reason to. But yeah, Zen's vote is for this. However, Davos and Lunaris are also here with us, so.
And tomorrow the guilds will have a crafting competition.
Is anybody allowed to? Is anybody allowed to join in on these crafting competitions?
Well, sure. You usually prepared for it months in advance. There's also a pot leaf in the ocean, in the lake.
Oh yes, there is. Zen makes a mental note that if Fisker does decide to join, to mention that Fisker should offer something up to these crafting competitions, because seeing Plumbert and Audrey in action makes Zen realize that Fisker's got quite the knack. I mean, Zen's never been to a Tatooine before, so I don't know how well it compares up to the rest of the gnome tinkerers, but Zen thinks Plumbert and Audrey are amazing creations, and he's never seen anything quite like it. So he's like, if Fisker joins us for these celebrations, we got to put him in there.
We should ask for like a sign up. Is there a sign up or a poster?
We're just gonna sign him up.
You just go down and you and your guild will just show what you got going on and show it off. And when they like you, they just declare a winner at the end of the day.
That does sound like fun. We should definitely talk to
Yeah,
Fisker boy about that.
Mm-hmm.
do we need a guild to represent us, or can individuals join?
They can, I suppose. It's mostly guilds, though.
Okay.
We'll be his guild.
Well, I mean, I have a guild in the city.
Should go visit that, I guess, tomorrow. Tonight's for partying.
Tonight is for partying.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him if there is a district that people are selling things and food vendors, street foods, and souvenirs.
Yeah, this way. Follow me. Same place.
Okay, I'm gonna follow this dude. Ready to get some street food and drinks?
Street meat.
Street meat, exactly. I might be selling some street meat. We'll see what happens. Okay, where are we on this massive map?
Bottom right-hand corner. You're talking to a gnome on the bridge.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
Got
Street meat.
You can follow me if you like.
Okay, I'm ready to
You
go.
start whistling and walking off towards. So it is like you wander through the streets and you know, it's busier than you'd think for a normal night, and it is kind of getting late-ish, like 10:30. Fireworks are still going off, not like they were when it first started. There was a big pile of them, and now they're just kind of going off from here and there.
Okay.
You kind of he leads you up until this area up here.
Sorry, where?
Just north of the university.
Just north of the
The
university.
horse
Oh
statue.
shit.
Okay, I do want to say to continue on with what I was doing before.
Yep.
Zen is very much willing to go about and join in on festivities, but he is still very, very skeptical. You know what? We're just gonna throw out that maybe Zen's a little racist right now. He's very skeptical of gnomes at this
He's
point.
being a little
After
racist.
yeah, he's being a little racist, but he's like, I want to join in. I want to know about like what's going on and what we're celebrating about. But he is very much looking for suspicious activity because he doesn't quite know whether like the gnome that was following him and all the gnomes that were attacking are part of the general public or if they're in a weird group. So he's being cautious.
So just to clarify, there was only one gnome that attacked you guys with the party.
Oh, was the gnome that followed us the same gnome that was attacking us on the wyvern?
The gnome that followed you through the cave system?
No, because when we were going to Fisker's house, Zen noticed
yes,
there was
it
a
was
gnome
the same
following.
one.
Oh, okay. I thought this was
Yeah.
like multiple. Okay, that's my bad.
Well,
I thought it was
yeah,
like I thought it was a group that was kind of like I thought like each gnome that was giving us problems was a different one. I didn't realize they were all the
No,
same.
he was tracking you, and he was also the same guy you saw in the caves that took off
Okay.
before the last combat.
So he's
Gotcha.
just one
Okay.
bad apple.
Gotcha. Okay, well then that changes things. I was of the opinion that they were completely different.
Yeah, I probably
Okay.
wasn't very clear about that, but yes,
No, that's fine.
it was the same guy.
Gotcha. Well then, in that case, scrap that. I know every society's got a couple of bad apples, but if it's not like a group, like if every time Zen looks around and sees a gnome doing something weird, if it's a different gnome, whatever, like that's fine. I thought these were all just a group that were like really monitoring us, so I thought maybe it was something a little more than that. But if it's just the same guy and now he's dead, then Zen doesn't care. Zen's here for the party.
Then fuck it.
Yeah,
Here
you
for
can
the
fuck
party.
me over. Yeah, Zen is here for the party 100%.
Yep.
And if you want to fuck me over for that,
Yep.
go right ahead.
Guns out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to like come up with a name for this party. Like it's been too long for that.
Zen's ripped off his sleeves and he's showing off his symmetrical biceps. And that's it. That's all he's got.
He's got removable
That is all.
sleeves. He's got like
Yeah,
the
he's got
button up.
tearaway sleeves.
Yeah, tearaway
Snap-on.
sleeves. I like it.
Yeah, so he leads you through the university campus just because that seems to be the way to get to there. And immediately you're met with like just a bustle of people. Most gnomes, but there are a surprising number of other races, and you can see different dress from different areas of the world mingling in throughout. There's like buskers all over the place. There's a lady doing the rope tricks where they dangle from the rope and they fall and they almost hit the ground and everybody goes ooh. But it was all planned. Acrobat.
It was all planned.
And,
Can I see if anybody is like dressed up like any masks or any costumes? Is there anything like that going on?
Not everybody. Like it's not like a costume party, but there's definitely people like with face paint and wearing masks. You see like a Chinese dragon, but it's all gnomes underneath. Like the paper dragon kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly take a little stop and just tell the guys, try and find some drinks or food. I'm just gonna wander over to where I have some counter space or something, and I'm gonna start giving myself some face paint with my disguise kit.
Okay, yeah. What would you like to look like? And then roll a deception check, I think, or what craft skills, or I don't remember what that is for the disguise kit.
Put like a curly mustache on, like I'm some senator or something.
Okay.
And like a monocle, like a fake monocle drawn on my face, and
So you look like the Monopoly man.
yeah, let's do that. Sure.
Monopoly drow.
Yeah.
And
then what am I rolling?
I don't even know. You nail it. You don't have to roll for that. That's perfect.
Ooh, Monopoly drow. Let's go.
Fucking Lunaris, upon seeing this, looks towards Zen and says, I undoubtedly find some of this land's ways to be strange and discomforting. I can also be sure that some things people here take for granted would become wonders from where I'm from. Strange creatures. Strange.
You're not too normal yourself over there, Lunaris, but it's time to get a drink. You passed go, and I'm gonna hand him $5. Let's go get some drinks and food.
Lunaris extends his pentacles and grabs the pence from whence they came. And you can kind of see that Lunaris is struggling to keep up with you. You guys are moving very fast, and you can kind of see him hunched over with a walking stick trying to keep pace with you guys.
Describe Lunaris again.
Imagine a very tall, lanky motherfucker who has trouble walking. And he's just got like a good set of plate gear, but also the wings that are kind of somewhat concealed on his back for the armor pieces. You can kind of see that there's a bunch of like metal rods and like thorns sticking out from his wings.
Is he actively bleeding?
Yeah.
Like all the time? Like a little bit of blood? Or?
Just a little bit. Like you can see the remnants of like plasma, I guess. Like
it's dried up, it's like scabbing.
It almost looks the blood. The blood itself is almost looking like a rust upon the metal on the wings.
What does he smell like?
Like shit.
Right now he smells like fucking wyvern dick.
Fucking barn owl wyvern dick.
He's literally covered in dried blood and scabs. There's no way he smells good.
Yeah.
Like iron. Smells a little bit like metal.
I mean, you're all weird looking, but you can tell that there is people just mouth agape staring at Lunaris.
That's fair.
That's fair. Fuck off.
Well, that mouth agape thing just made me want to fucking pull something out, but I'll leave.
But yeah, it's easy enough to just for Davos or Zen just to walk up and just start drinking, and you can get food. There's like lots of meats on a stick.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna teach the fucking bar and the party how to fucking shotgun a drink. And I'm gonna put a straw in it, tip it upside down, and let's go. I'm gonna explain it. Explain the physics of getting hammed.
You know what?
Quick.
Yeah. Let's go to Lunaris and be like, I understand your concerns, but after my travels, I find the best way to understand a race is to join in on their traditions. And I will reach my hand out and I will accept the shotgun drink from Davos, and I will pass one over to Lunaris, and I will say, if you can't beat him, join him. and I will hold my drink out for a cheers before I down this thing.
All right, Lunaris, you got a drink shoved into your hand with a straw in it. And you've seen Davos do that. I don't know how the physics of this will work with a beak, but
Jesus.
All you see is the drink being shoved into Lunaris' hands, and with a quiet little quip, "Yes, I know they're trying to be nice, but I don't know what it is." And you can see him talking to a stuffed animal on his belt. And he just goes, whatever. And he just grabs a hold of YOLO, you only live once.
I just picture him like his beak biting on the top of the bottle and like this gross ass tongue just like licking into the.
Yeah, it's a white tongue with a black tip, just like a fucking seagull.
Right as he starts doing that, I'll say no, and I'll tip up the bottom all the way up into his mouth as it starts just fucking down.
I need to share an image into Random Fuckery for this. I know whoever's listening to the stream won't see it, but this is fucking one of my favorite memes. And this is what I picture right here, is him just spilling it all over his beak.
Just all the way down.
Yeah, like not even close to the mouth. Just
it's like on him as well. He's like,
Yeah, so describe what happened, Sean, when he tips it up over your face.
You can kind of see that while the other two have steadily began drinking, you can kind of see Lunaris bringing the cup up to his beak, and he's like tinking it off different side of his beak, trying to understand what he's looking at. And finally, he just inserts the rim of the cup directly down his throat, pours it up, and all you can see is like the nasal holes on top of the beak just start bubbling, and he begins to choke.
Oh God!
he's just like,
You know, I'm glad you said that, because I was literally going to get Zen to pour it down your throat. I was going to be just lay on your back, open your mouth.
There you go. Yeah, all the way up, right? Like in his beak. That was good. Like in your throat. You're
as the glass comes down, he says, wonderful gentlemen. Oh, it's an honor.
I'm going to be careful of his scabs, but pat him on the back and say, "Attaboy."
So it's like a really sweet and thick kind of like meaty drink. I don't know if any of you probably Zen. Victor's probably had mead before. I don't know if anybody else does.
Honey, fucking
honey
fluid.
mead. Yeah. It's pretty good actually.
It is good. I've had some horrible ones, but it is pretty good.
Zen's people are drinkers. Zen knows all the types of alcohol.
Of the drink.
I say as I hiccup from chugging wine out of the bottle.
So Zen's just like fucking racketeering his guts up onto the fucking like he's having a hard time. He's half drowning right now.
Yeah. I am gonna ask Zen that if he knows all these drinks. I haven't had a lot from the surface, and over time I've been enjoying the new drinks we come upon. I'm gonna say, does he have any new ones or creations that we've never tried?
Lunaris looks down towards his hip box and pulls out his flask, and he kind of hands it out to the center of the group. You may try it.
Fuck yeah, I'm grabbing that shit. I'm like, is it? I'm gonna lean into him. I'm like, drugs?
Lunaris looks at you kind of confusingly. Yes, I know he's one of them. The substance abuse is apparent, but silence. And he looks back.
Zen's also going to take a sip because YOLO, but in this case, it stands for you only Lunaris once. So if this fucks me up,
no, it's just a mix. It's a mixture of tree sap and juices from random flowers that he's accumulated.
Okay, DMT tree sap.
It's a very light drink. It's almost like drinking like a very like watered down form of juice,
like elderflower
Kool-Aid.
Tree juice.
Yeah, we'll call it the Lunaris Kool-Aid.
It's probably elderflower tonic. It's literally just bubbly water with a little bit of like this tastes like flowers.
It's like the asshole at the party that gets like the carbonated drink where everybody else is drinking beer.
Shows up with a LaCroix.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say, well, it's time for me.
That person that wants to get drunk but brings 2 cans.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like, "Does anyone have shots? Like, you got a bottle of a shot?"
I brought a tall boy.
I brought a tall boy. Yeah.
By the same token, you seem to be people of interest. Or good. Shall we drink? And Lunar's kind of just like, he starts to waddle past you guys, kind of like a fucking bird that's walking on the ground. Like, boom, 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 boom. Just dragging himself along with his cane.
Does his head pop forward every step he takes?
No, his head remains perfectly still. It's only his body and his neck that are moving.
Oh, yeah, like an owl.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Kind of creepy.
Oh.
That's all right with me.
I hope Honky can make it back soon.
Yeah.
I am going to say it's time for a little shopping. And now that I'm a little tipsy, I'm fucking being a little flamboyant and fucking running around. I'm gonna skip a bit.
Sorry, you cut out
No.
for me. It's time for a little what?
Shopping! And I'm gonna fucking
Shop.
flamboyantly start skipping around trying to find vendors.
What is this?
They're everywhere.
Shopping.
Mostly like.
Shop.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
what is this
I am
shop?
from a land far away, and you're
You know
more-
when you exchange currency for goods and or services?
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Does your land have money? And I
I-
do hand quotes.
Well, the Forgotten Isles are quite a distance away. All I really remember is just the trip, the voyage, the pilgrimage. If the moon has set on it, I will oblige.
But yes, here we have stuff that we call money. And basically it is a certain type of collectible. And when you have enough of it, you can give it to other people and they will do things for you or give you stuff for it. So as you can see, this is probably an abusive system depending on what it is that you're looking for. But for the most part, it's just fun to give people said currency and you get what you want out of it. So as this is your first experience, I will give Lunaris, I don't know, 30 gold. And I'll be like, use this and look around and feel free to trade this currency I am giving you with stuff that you would like. And I just let him go free. You know, like when you're, you go to the fair with your child and you're just like, here's $20. This is all you get.
This
Feel
is
free to
awesome.
look around, but whatever you want to buy, you can. But
This
just
is like-
know this is all you get. And then I send Lunaris free into this fair
Lunaris,
of food and drink and whatever.
you see a crooked, half-tailed smile, well, at least what you identify as a smile from the beak of this crazy creature in front of you. You can see his eyes light up, and through the coin that's in the palm of his hand, you kind of see him get a skip in his step, and he kind of waddles off to the first stand he sees.
I just imagine him going around and just like holding the money in his palms, and he's just
Yeah.
like, trade? And he doesn't know what he's getting from it, but he's just going up to everybody and being like, trade? Money?
Money. I picture it as like a fucking anime festival, and he's the awkward one at like a stand that's just like looking at all the goods and like has this the money in his palms, like you said. He's like,
Yeah, he's just holding it. He's
All
just-
right.
The guy's trying to communicate
going
with
to-
him, but he doesn't know what he wants.
I'm
yet.
going to the first stand I see there, Kalen. What do I find?
All right. Well, there's the one where Ben just got the beers from. You gonna go back to that one, or
I want to
like
go
the
to a
next
new one.
stand now?
I want to go to the next stand.
All right. So you go down to the next stand, and there's this young gnome girl, and she's got beads and flower necklaces. Not young, but like in her youth, like a modern day 19-year-old.
not creepy when Davos tries.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm real old, but they don't know that.
So you'll see Lunars run right up to it at super high speeds and just stop with an shaking glare at the child, and he'll extend the money. I hear trade?
Takes him off to a back alley. Okay, sorry.
roll a straight up charisma check with disadvantage.
You're gonna get swindled so fucking hard.
Oh no.
Oh.
Zen realizes now that his description was not. Yeah,
Oh god.
So as you walk up, you hear, and like the music in the background kind of stops for a second before it starts back up.
Then
Like-
oh god. Then you see
Like the,
Lunaris look to his waist and he says, "Oh, yeah, I agree with you. This is bad."
The color kind of drains from her face, and she's like,
Tr-
"Would you like some beads?"
Trade! And he just drops the the entire sum of what he was just given onto the table and grabs the bead.
Okay, and there's also flowers.
Oh. Trade? He offers the beads he just got back to her for the flowers.
She looks incredibly confused, and she just kind of starts backpedaling, and some other gnomes are kind of like getting up, being like, "What the fuck's going on here?" They're kind of walking closer.
Then
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up
Zen's
and
gonna,
help.
Zen's gonna run in at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're getting back together to help this guy out.
Zen's gonna apologize and be like, I'm sorry that he scared you. This is his first fair. He's not used to this crowd of people and this extravagant goods that you have. So he probably just misunderstood what it was worth. I know he comes off a little strong, but
Yeah, okay.
Trade?
Yeah, okay.
yeah. And Zen's going to pick up the money that Lunaris dropped on the table, count through what he expects to be enough for the flowers and the beads and like a generous tip, and then give the rest to Lunaris. And Zen's
Like
also
one
gonna,
gold piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's gonna give her 2, and Zen's also gonna buy himself some beads and some flowers, and
So
try and explain a little bit more to Lunaris the difference.
So as you go up and you start talking to him, all you see is Finnick gets all of the beads, and he goes just kind of like that happy kid that's just happy to have. Or sorry, Lunaris just picks it up and looks at you guys, and it's kind of like the happy kid that got chocolate milk in his lunch. He just goes chocolate, and then he just starts running into the crowd, very happy.
Okay, I'm gonna just fucking quickly stop him here, and I'm gonna be like, just wait, I forgot. And I am going to pull out the disguise kit and give them both their option of face paint.
Okay. Davos wants to give you face paint.
So what do you want, Sean? What's going on? What do I envision on you? What do you think?
Oh,
What's going to be drawn on your beak? What do you want? A big smile?
Like a Joker smile.
how about the craters of the moon?
You want to know how I got these beads?
Craters of the moon. You just draw a bunch of zits on them.
Some craters, some crescent moons, the phases of the moon all over his face.
Oh, is that what? Are you gonna just draw some moons on them?
Yeah, I'll do the phases of the
Crater?
moon on his beak and shit,
Okay.
and a smile. I'll give him some smile there, like so that he looks a little less fucking like just off-putting to the folks.
What is the check for a disguise kit? I don't just make a performance check. We'll say that.
Yeah,
Let's make a
performance is probably
check.
the way to do it. Okay, let's see what you get. 14, 17.
Nice.
17. Yeah.
Alright.
It's pretty much as nice as you want to doodle on his face. You can doodle.
All right, so he looks better.
It's a nice,
he
like,
looks
hard
happier.
canvas.
Yeah, he's not, And Victor, what do you want? What do you want on your face?
Okay, based off of the description of what was going on and Fisker's house, we're gonna go with some weird combination of Okay, we're gonna go with some sort of weird combination of like Studio Ghibli mixed with like Clockwork.
Okay, so you got some spirit or some forest
Yeah.
spirits on you, and
Yeah, like I want like a naturistic Clockwork mask. Like it kind of looks like it was mechanical, but it's got like plants growing out of it and all over.
okay, let's try and do that. Should I performance this one?
Hell yeah, you should.
Okay, let's see
You
what
just
you
better
got.
roll good because I'm gonna be really sad if you
This
don't.
one's hard. Let's go. Oh, what the fuck? It just flew off. I got a natural 20, but it's not on the thing. Fuck. What? Why did it roll off again? What is going on? I'm throwing it in the box.
I'm gonna get a natural 1.
Oh, there you go. 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It's a little more complicated than what he did with the. But yeah, he pulls it off. It's pretty good.
God damn. You know what? I'm gonna put down the bag of holding, and I'm gonna call out for face paint to anyone who wants it right now.
All right,
Little
make a
money-making
persuasion check, I guess.
Let's see if anybody wants it. Let's see if we can make some drinking money, boys.
Oh, we easily could.
There we go, 21 persuasion.
So, a couple people actually come over, a couple ladies, and then some children, and the ladies push the children up first, and there's some giggles, and they all kind of start lining up in front of you. They're pointing at the other two and pointing
So,
at your mustache and laughing.
so Lunaris is going to pull out his pan flute and just start dancing around Davos as he's giving face paint to people.
Perfect. Zen, are you gonna be my right hand man here, coming in, taking the orders?
Oh yeah, no, Zen will definitely go around and
Tell a
entice the
story.
crowd.
Tell a story.
Well, no, I can't tell a story because Zen's got to entice the crowd to come up, and Zen's gonna weave a tale of how Davos is. You know what? Just a great artist from where he hails from, back in that hometown that I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, from
Kaer Morhen, is that right?
Kaer Morhen. Yeah, Kaer Morhen.
Yeah. This is the greatest artist in Kaer Morhen, and he's here to enhance your festival experience by making you feel like you're part of the festival. So step right up, let him draw on your face.
Woohoo!
All right, so I'll do one or two of these because it sounds funny. So
Step right up, let him draw.
a little gnome girl walks up and she's like, "I like mushrooms and
I like turtles.
yeah, and I like fairies and I like balloons."
Okay. Do some balloons on the forehead, a little mushroom on the cheek, and a little fairy on the other side near the cheek and the temple. And casting a little spell like Tinkerbell. Okay, so should I do just a couple performance checks?
No, don't worry about it. You've been rocking them so far. You're just gonna ride off that high.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I'm just
Like,
telling
you're
them the festivities. This is good.
You're not an artist per se, but you definitely have like a very deft kind of hands, right? And you're kind of using it almost like you would stab somebody, but
Okay.
gracefully. So you're just going to town. You're just running through these people. None of them are offering you any money. Is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem. I'm just
Yep.
here to enhance the experience.
So then, like, a couple like of the college girls come up from the university, gnome girls, and one elf is with them, and the elf looks a little wary, but the other two gnomes pull her along, and they all get stuff. Right at the end of the line, though, there is kind of some unexpected.
Someone unexpected.
Yeah, so where a lot of it's been like girls and little boys, and then some people just kind of coming up giggling with you like a family, and the dads are standing off watching, and some moms are gonna get done. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
A large, hulking kind of dragonborn steps up into the line.
Okay, I'll say, what would you like, sir?
I would like you to depict the aspect of Cthulhu.
Oh, those are some fucking fighting words. Let's take a step over here, and I'm gonna be like, "La-ta-ta, thank you, everybody." Na 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 na. And I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna fucking wave over to the other two guys, and I'm gonna fucking put some force into this dude and fucking get him up against some more quiet area, and be like, "What did you just say?"
Yeah, was this loud enough that Zen and Lunaris heard it?
No, he whispered it to him. So as you're kind of calling over your buddies, he bends over. He's like, it is you then. So he's a black scaled dragonborn, and he's got on kind of like nice but a little bit road worn robes, and he bends in close. Would you like a drink?
Well, first you need your face paint, and then I'll be like, we'll go for a drink right after, and I'll go in casually, like it's still fun and games, and I'll use white paint so that it's visible on his black scales, and I'll be like, so forehead tat, and I'll draw a nice little fucking cock on his head. There you go, cockhead, and then I'll say, let's go for that drink.
So you're moving in to draw the cock, and he's going to try and grab your wrist as you're moving in. So
Evasion.
you make, you just make an attack, and we'll just see if he stops it before you get in there with disadvantage because you're trying to draw something.
Okay, so just make
Just
I don't have
make
unarmed.
a regular dagger without your non-magical
the
dagger.
ornamental dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go.
He rolled well.
Oh, and
you did not.
No.
Oh, yeah. You're supposed to roll with disadvantage too, but it doesn't matter.
Okay,
so as you go in, he grabs your hand and he goes, "Perhaps after the drink."
Well, I know what I'm giving you. Let's go. I'll walk with him and call the other boys over. Like, I'm gonna need your help here. Assistance, please.
Yeah, what do we see?
You see a black dragonborn, and Davos goes to draw on his head. After he did call out to you, and then he grabs his wrist as Davos goes to draw on his head, and he, not forcibly, but he kind of pushes his hand away from his face, and then you can see them talk a little bit, and he begins walking, and then Davos calls to you.
Okay, well, Zen will address the crowd, saying that unfortunately the great artist of Karamorn has some business to take care of. But don't you worry, anybody that wants their face painted, we will be back. Go out and enjoy the rest of the festivities, and then I will hurriedly grab Lunaris by like the scruff of his jacket and be like, "We need to go," and then just pull him.
Lunaris doesn't hear a Lunaris didn't hear a thing. He's just jamming out Thunderstruck on his pipe.
Still walking. You're pulling him along a little bit, and he's still jamming out.
And he's still trying to play Thunderstruck as I'm pulling him along.
Question to Kote and Sean.
What's up?
Do we have a name for the Dragonborn capital?
No, not to my knowledge, but
you know what? We've gone this long without mentioning it. I'm just going to leave it to Kote. So he leads you over, and he says, "My name is Braxis."
Braxis. So, you said some pretty weavery shit there. What are you trying to imply here?
So kind of looks around and kind of looks about himself, and he's, where are your friends? Your other ones?
Well, I'm not gonna reveal any sort of information to you until you tell me what the hell you want.
Fair enough. I can assure you, I'm not your enemy, but don't call me a friend either.
All right, not friend.
Get boundary issues on this guy.
Yeah.
I should make it known to you. My homelands, they're not for me specifically, traveler of the world. But your names are becoming more and more prominent every time I return.
And in a good way or a disturbance sort of way, or
Trust me, I hold no love for those radicals. He kind of spits a little bit. However, I do love my home. But
so what you said earlier was just to catch my attention?
yes. I wasn't sure it was you. I've only heard descriptions.
Well, it's time to get a drink, so I'm going to order another round of drinks for the four of us, and I will be paying. Then we can chat over this drink.
So
like
he orders whiskey, right? Yeah, I bet a gold.
Okay.
So he orders a whiskey.
Okay.
And you're kind of at like you actually kind of go into like an open air kind of bar, like a cabana.
Cabana, okay, sounds good.
And at this point, Zen is walking up. He says, "Look, I'm just here to warn you. I wasn't sent by anyone. I'm here on vacation."
Zen, I'll let you take over here. You can.
Well, I mean, I just walked up. I didn't hear the first part of this. Technically,
Lunaris will grab a drink and walk up beside our big black guy and just have a sit down and be like, "The question is, are you thirsty?" And you can just see Lunaris pour the drink into his mouth and like try to drink it, kind of like a dog biting at the hose. Like,
oh my god! Okay, that's great.
I trust the others, Buford and Grog and Edmund are still living. Did you part ways with them?
Unfortunately, Buford has passed during
Make an insight check as you're saying that.
Okay.
By passed, you mean died the most heroic and noble of deaths in service of a greater cause.
Trying to run away.
Insight 22.
He was launching spells from outside the parties, or outside the B. He was launching spells at the enemy when he died.
His eyes kind of, as you mentioned Buford's death, his eyes point down at the ground, and they come back up to meet yours, and he goes, "That soul wasn't long for this world anyway." It looked like it hit him harder. He was surprised when he heard about Buford's death.
Yeah, I'll tell him he will be remembered. He has a place in all of our hearts and our home back at Cairmoran.
He throws back some whiskey, like the rest of the glass.
Okay. This man's a drinker. He knows how to take it down.
Look, I'm doing this because I feel bad for you. They are hunting you as far as I can tell. And they will not stop. Not all of them, obviously. But then he kind of comes in close and goes, "You know which ones."
So, is there any information you could give us before we part on where their whereabouts may be right now and where we may be safe to travel?
Yeah. Who are they?
And I'm gonna fill Zen in right now and just be
Yeah.
like,
Then walks up to the black dragonborn and goes, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Davos and I are new companions, and I'm a little concerned for where this conversation is going. And then I go, oh, how rude of me. My name is Zenalil, but my friends call me Zen. So you may call me Zenalil, but I would like to know what you know about who is after my new companions.
He turns back to Davos and he goes, "Look, Davos."
What the fuck?
yeah, just complete
Cold shoulder.
Yeah, Zen's gonna take like a D6 of psychic damage for that.
I don't think I have a horse in this race. I know the Davenports are ruthless and powerful, perhaps the most powerful family in the land. And I know they have a target on your back. They're also radical. And he turns back to you, Zen, and he goes, if you're really new friends with this man, you should maybe make new friends because odds are you'll be dead as well.
I'm gonna say, don't you underestimate my friend here. He pulled some wild shit, radical shit that I've never seen before in the last fight. And I will stick with him until the end, if he's willing to stick with us.
I believe you. You need all the help you can get.
Well, this family can't be as powerful and radical as this Duco. And I'm gonna laugh, and nobody laughs, but...
I don't even know what you just said.
His dick? His
Yeah.
yuck?
Nobody can be as powerful as this dick.
Exactly. Like, I don't really care how powerful they are. Like, it's happening. It's on.
He kind of scoffs a little bit. Like, the tales were true about your tenacity. Regardless, I don't really want to be spotted with you, but I couldn't in good conscience leave you alone without giving you fair warning.
Well, if we are to meet again, where
We
will
won't.
we
Right.
won't?
What did he say the name of the family that was coming after us was?
The Davenports, which is Buford's family.
Oh, okay.
They're the radical dragonborn that were after Buford, and they're the ones who were like looking for the aspect of Cthulhu and that crystal we had.
Gotcha.
They
Okay,
wanted
so
us.
they probably don't blame us for his death. They want us because other reasons.
Yeah, they're evil shit.
So as you're explaining
They
that
are
to
dick.
fucking Zen, fucking Lunaris looks up and says, "What are you guys into?"
Some evil shit.
You know what? I buy another
Good
drink.
time.
I buy another drink. I hand it to Lunaris and I say, "Shh, mommy and daddy are talking."
And he extends 2 gold from trade, and he throws the gold at you.
And he just
All right.
starts fucking sloshing that drink down too.
And he just throws it over his shoulder. He doesn't.
He
quit.
says big ass titties and he keeps going.
Yeah.
So what is this warning? They're after
Yeah.
us, and that's
What do
it,
they
eh?
want?
Oh, they want you dead or sold to hell.
But why?
Because they've been actively working against their ends.
Gotcha.
I
So
guess.
they're
Well,
pro.
we
Cthulhu.
kind of already know what he's after, and I guess we could probably metagame that with Victor.
Yeah, it's like Zen has no idea what's going on. I don't know
So
what.
I'll ask him one last question. I'll say, since you don't want to be seen with us and it may be dangerous for you, I'll let you go after one
Draw
more
on your
question.
face.
And I'll say, yeah, and then do the dick and
You
be
don't
like,
wanna be-
and run away.
You don't want to be seen with us, so can I draw on your face?
No, and I'm gonna say, So what is the land of the Dragonborn like at the moment? Is it very highly influenced by the Davenports and cultist activity? Is it safe to travel, or is it...
And did Buford like have any relationship? Like, was he well liked by the people? Would be another good question.
So to answer Davos, essentially yes. Not all are evil there, but I don't know how deep the roots go. Especially the Davenports are more open about their beliefs than most, but there's reasons why I left. I would do not go there if you value your life.
Does the Davenport's influence reach far?
Very.
Because this might be a little... I don't know if Zen's supposed to share this, but he's going to. But in our most recent combat, we fought a gnome who we believe was associated with Cthulhu, and they called us heathens and blasphemers and stuff. So I feel like this family's influence reaches
to here?
Yeah, to here. So therefore, it probably reaches a lot of major cities.
Go ahead and make an insight check there, Zen.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good insider.
Bum, 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 bum. I'm okay with insight. Yo, I'm so good at insight.
21.
So there's a definite small amount of confusion. He's like could have a very, very rich and powerful family. Very rich. Especially in the Caspian Sea that talks.
Well, I would look over at Zen and be like, seems like your hindsight is 2020. Seems like we may be in some trouble here, but we'll just play it off like we normally do and handle our drink tonight and keep an eye out. And then underneath Davos is stricken by how insightful and intelligent Zen is, even though he's fucking pounding her back. He's always got that knack coming through.
So the dragon board chucks back the second whiskey and he goes, one more. And he gets it and he drops a couple of gold down. Or if you guys already paid, he drops gold down for one more round. And
nice.
as soon as it's poured, he chucks it back and gives you a curt nod and turns to leave.
Best to you. Enjoy your night. Thank you.
As he takes off, Lunaris is going to slide into his nice and warm seat.
Right?
Warm.
Fuck, Lunaris might be as bad as Pretty Bird.
Well, looks like we're gonna keep an eye out tonight, and looks like we have some discussions to have in the morning.
I have a discussion
making
for you.
A quick reference to the spell that dominated last combat. Zen's gonna definitely agree we gotta check out because it seems like we have enemies abound. And he offers a quick wink to Davos, knowingly, and then says maybe we should head back. As much as tonight needs to be about libations, I don't want to leave half our party.
Lunaris slams his hand on the ground, steps up directly, and says, "My friends, our conversations we must have." Who's this Buford?
I have no idea.
It was a friend of ours, just like you two, and he had some troubles with his family in Ilkin back in his city, and that's what we were talking about. They seem to be working against us, and we are working against their grand plan to dominate and open cosmic gates and monsters, and I don't fucking know.
By God.
Slam back my drink.
Yeah, Zen's vote is we head back to Fisker's. I don't think this is a good party time after just being told that half the world hates us.
Okay, 1 sec. I'm gonna just say 1 second, and I'm gonna run out real quick, and I'm gonna look specifically for Caleb a stand that sells stuffies like stuffed animals and shit like that.
Yeah, make a perception check or
Let's see.
investigate. Now make a perception. You do it
Perception.
quickly.
Let's go. 23.
All right. Let's talk in a different room. Sean, can you move me and Ben to a different room?
Yes, I can.
You can come too for the recording if you want. Or
All
just
right,
move
yeah,
everybody else.
and I'll go for a piss. All right, I'm here. Give me 1 point. As soon as you hear the noise, go ahead, and I'll stay away for at least a minute. All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
My headset's off.
So you're looking around for the stuffed animals, which you peg instantly. Behind it, you see there's a glimpse and a recognition of a very familiar dragonborn kind of ducking into an alleyway across the street. A very familiar.
The one
copper
at the
skin.
beginning of fucking Tatooine, eh?
Nope.
Oh,
Buford.
what? Buford?
Yeah, you're like, there's no way.
What the fuck?
But-
Okay. Well, I'm gonna fucking follow him real quick. Do I do this with you right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna follow him.
So remember, you said you rushed out, so you don't have your other two buddies with you right now. Yeah. So you're gonna chase after him. So he kind of ducked out of the party, and he's a good like 30, 40 feet away on the other side. So you kind of work your way through the crowd, and there's a small kind of passage in between two stands. One selling the stuffed animals, and then it's an alleyway. So on the map, I'll put your character there. It'll be like right here-ish, and it kind of goes in between the two buildings. And
okay, so then and there, I'm gonna
you
pull
look
the
down, you don't
cloak
see
over.
anything.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the cloak over my head and roll for stealth right now.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
28.
28. You feel pretty hidden, though. I will say it's a single lane through the alleyway, right? So, like you're skulking around and you're kind of solid snaking it, like leaning up against the wall to kind of look around. The alleyway kind of it does the same kind of shape in the map where it kind of takes some 90-degree turns.
Yeah.
And you kind of pull up and you look down the next alleyway, and you do see the cloak kind of rapidly moving. The cloak of what looked like who looked like Buford is kind of walking away.
Well, I'm gonna rush up as silently as possible, get as close as possible to the next bend.
All right. So you get around the next bend, you look, and he looks back. So you're kind of like right here.
Yeah.
And you can see him moving rapidly, and he moves. He continues down this way, kind of thing, and you're like right here, and he kind of 45s it this way.
Hey, I can't hear you
Out of your
guys, but
sight
whenever
again.
you guys are done, just move into the other room so I know to put my headset back on.
Okay. And okay, right then and there, I'm going to cast darkness all around him, like right on his position, and I'm gonna rush into the darkness.
Make a perception check then.
Okay.
Yeah, make a perception. Not a perception. Yeah, perception. Yes, for audible noise.
Okay. Oh shit! 12.
So you rush the darkness. What are you doing once you have the darkness?
So I'm in it, and I'm like, I know you're there, and I'm gonna say Buford? Question.
So kind of a panicked voice returns to you. Oh, what do you want? Does not sound like Buford.
Do you know Buford?
Who are you?
I'm one of his
What is
party
this?
members.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've seen you before. I know that cloak and those scales. Who are you?
Look, are you here to rob me?
No, but I'm under suspicion right now and cannot afford to be attacked in a dark alley. Who are you?
Oh, all right. You can hear the sound of him like turning to run away from you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna rush
Like,
his ass.
yeah. All right. So you tackle him pretty easy, and you tackle him, and you come out of the darkness, and you turn him over, and it's not who you thought it was. It's not even really a dragonborn.
Oh,
He's wearing the same robes, but he's kind of got like a coppery skin, but definitely not scales.
is he like a high elf or
Middle-aged
something?
guy with kind of, no, it's like this middle-aged human with
Okay.
human-looking thing. He does look like he might have some kind of other lineage or something,
Yeah,
because the
some
skin
other
is,
half
like I
race.
say, copper, where it looks, yeah, it looks copper in the same kind of sense that maybe somebody like you might describe somebody from the Middle East as having copper skin,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
very apparent, like very, very bright. Like, get off me, you fiend! And he goes to kind of kick you up, but he doesn't seem to have to be coordinated at all, right? Like you could easily
Yeah.
overpower him.
Well, I'm going to. I'm gonna say I'll let you up, but I need a word.
Make a persuasion check, or an intimidation. Your call.
Well, let's do persuasion. 18.
Yeah, you tackled me in an alley.
I'm
I should
sorry.
be more scared. He's trying to kind of force you away, like try to push you, but you have control of him. He's obviously weaker and less skilled than you. That should be you. Who's robbing who?
Well, I'm gonna say I did do that. That is my bad. I'll let you up. Just need a word. I'm sorry. This must have been pretty frightening, especially during all the festivities tonight. Does he agree? Oh shit, your mic is just flaring up. I can't hear you.
Hello?
It's exploding. Okay, there you go. You're back. Hello?
Hello? Is it
Yo.
me? Is it you?
Well, it's back now.
Actually, yeah. All right, I got you back. You let me.
Oh my god, it's going robotic. Robotica.
I'll try and.
It was totally fine before. I don't.
Pretty good.
I heard pretty good. Caleb?
If you can
Hello?
go to.
Yo, yo, yo. Caleb.
Hey, Ben, that better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, yeah. I don't know. I think maybe my internet was going shit. Put it on
Okay.
my phone. All right. So, do you let him up then?
Yeah, I'll let him up.
He gets up and he starts kind of brushing off his cloaks. And he's like, "You don't do much for your race." No, fuck. Just one sec, buddy.
No worries.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Yes. Yes! Yes, man. It's great. It's great. I'm gonna sit down. Yeah, we're just going
Ben.
Yo,
Sorry about that. My
no worries.
workers came to tell me that one of our old coworkers got fired for scandalous reasons.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. So he brushes off. He's got like under his cloaks. He's kind of got like a vest on, and he's got like a gold watch kind of thing hanging there. And
Okay.
he goes, "You don't do much to, to wearing off the less uh, dark elves." And he turns to walk away.
You better turn around and have that word with me, or we're gonna have a fucking problem.
And he turns back and goes, "What do you want to talk about? What do you
I'm gonna
want with me?"
say, do you know anything of Beaufort Davenport?
That's preposterous. I've never heard the name before in my life. And he does seem shaken, and like, I don't know whether or not you choose to believe him 50-50.
I'm gonna say, well, at least tell me where you're headed tonight. Then you looked awfully shady entering this alley.
It's a cut through. Follow me.
Follow
I'll
me,
show you.
huh?
Well, you're gonna stab me otherwise, aren't you? You can see
Yeah, I
you
guess.
looking at
Fuck, I guess
yourself.
I'll follow him. God damn it! What am I getting myself into?
All right, so he leads you out the other side, and you notice you're back in what looks like the university grounds. And he walks up to the university door, and he pulls out a ring of keys. He's like, "I live here." And he puts the key in, and he turns it, and the door to the university opens. Like, see?
Oh, so he's like Hagrid of this university. Oh, are you the groundskeeper?
You kind of get a look at him. He looks like he might be a caster or a teacher. Like, his robes are pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Groundskeeper.
Well, I'll chuckle a bit and tell him, if I come pay a visit tomorrow, will you be here?
Of course. You don't know if it seems like he's lying to you.
Seems like he's lying. Okay, well, what did you want to
Like
show?
about that last. This is where I live. I'm not up to nefarious deeds cutting through the alleyway.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll be I'll keep an eye on you. I'll be stopping by tomorrow. You best be here.
You make an intimidation check.
Yeah, I'll do that. Come on, baby. 18.
He looks visibly shaken. He goes, I'll be here. His jowls shake a little bit. And he immediately goes to go inside and slam the door.
All right.
You do have a reaction if you do want to react to it, but other than that,
I'm gonna let him go.
All right, so he closes the door and you can hear it lock behind you.
All right. Well, I know where he lives.
We can jump back over to the other group.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just quickly stop on the way back, Caleb. I'm just gonna come back through the alley and stop at the stand with the stuffies. And
Yep.
I'm going to buy 3 stuffed animals.
All right. Anything particular? There's a lot of just various animals. There's a big stuffed dragon that's kind of expensive, like a huge stuffed dragon.
I want like all 6 to 12-inch stuffed animals.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna find something like a fairy or a mushroom or a musical instrument, a balloon, something like that.
That's
And
what
then
the gnome girl asked for, was a fairy and a mushroom and a balloon.
yeah, but it's not for that. And then I'm gonna look like I'm gonna find like a horse or a stag or like a bear.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
Unicorn,
find
bear.
like another animal of a sort, like a bird or a wolf or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna head back to the guys.
Anything you want, we'll say you get, and it'll cost you 5 gold.
5 gold. Okay, taking it out. All right, 12 gold spent tonight. I'm gonna head back to the guys, and that's it for me. That was long.
All right, so you wander back. They're like out in the street looking for you.
Okay, I'm
Zen
gonna come
and-
back and be like, something happened. I thought I saw Buford, and I'll explain when we head back. Victor, the door.
Who's Victor?
Or not Victor, sorry, not Victor. Zen, the door?
Oh, I can't cast that again.
Fuck it, you're drunk and you're hammered and it's time to cast. Come on.
I don't have another spell slot.
Oh my god.
A, I don't have another spell slot.
Yeah.
B, I can only bring one person with
That
me.
would have been a sick exit, okay? Yeah, I know. 2 people. You're just like, you can fly back. Fuck off.
Yeah, you got wings. Fucking use them.
Where are we going?
Okay, you guys lead us out then. 'Cause I'm
Where
just-
are we going?
Are we going back, Victor? Or is that?
Well,
you wanted to...
That's what my plan was, and then you fucked off.
I thought I saw Buford. I tracked a guy down in an alley.
Buford's just dead.
I know, but I promise it's not psychosis. It's not the liquor either. I thought I saw him.
And you were feeling a little saucy here. You've been drinking a bit. I mean, that kind of sobered you up
Yeah,
quite a bit.
that's why I
but-
saw the scales. I was like, I saw scales.
All right,
He didn't
Devo,
have scales.
impromptu con check to see who's been holding their alcohol better.
Okay, I'm done.
Con save.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm sauced, brother.
Oh, do I do that too?
Less
I
than
guess I
half.
do
I'm
that
more
too.
than double drunk. Yeah, Sean, you too. He's fucking pretty good. I'm just
Even though he
sauced.
hasn't managed to get any of the alcohol in his mouth.
Yeah, some of it's spilling out. My heart's rushing, okay? All the alcohol just fucking floated on in.
All right, well, yeah, Zen.
And this whole time I'm kind of sloshed and I have 3 stuffies in my hand and shit. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, okay, getting back into character. Davos sneaks off all the time. Zen's probably used to this. Zen's major concern is probably telling Fisker, Scrog, and Edmund that Buford's family is after us. I mean, they mostly know it, but this is all news to Zen. So Zen wants to go back and be like...
But are the
"Hey,
children in danger?
They very well could be.
They might
We
be.
should probably,
we must return post haste.
We must. And before we leave, I'm gonna give the choice to Lunaris of the 3 stuffies. I thought you could use a new friend.
What? Just between you and me, Umbreon's looking a little roughed up. It'd be time to change him out, I think. I'm sorry. And what is Lunaris looking at?
He's looking at, let's say, there's a wolf, there's a crow stuffy, and a a fairy.
Oh.
A ferret?
Fairy.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Ferret.
Perhaps Umbreon needs a friend. And he grabs a hold of the fairy and attaches it to Umbreon.
Okay. Fuck yeah. That was for you.
Trade?
You
And he
didn't know what
hands
to
you
trade
2.
for, but
Oh, he hands you 2 gold, and he's like,
Trade.
This is the custom though. Trade.
I'll take them and just put it into the
Lunaris
brain as
starts
he
to
paid for
waddle
one of
off.
the beers. All good.
Lunaris just boom, 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 starts heading back towards Fisker's house.
Yeah, so it's a good hour walk back. But yeah, if that's what you're doing. Kind of hoping old Honky Tonk could be back by now.
He's here, but he's just muted.
So it might be good roleplay because as we're walking back, I'm getting a little more sober, and I'm going to tell them about what happened. And basically, I thought I saw a scaled, cloaked, robed figure, looked like Buford's robes. Pretty fancy. Like he looked okay. Looked like he had a little bit of money at least, and he went into the alley, and then I followed him, and I snuck in through the alley, and it's dark and shit, and one-way passage, and it had a few 90-degree turns, and every time I went around a 90-degree, this guy was moving pretty quick. He's speed walking, and I caught him around the second turn, casted darkness, and then went and tackled him in the darkness. So we ended up outside of the darkness, but him pinned, and I was like, I need a word with you. And I realized he wasn't Buford. He has kind of a copper skin, kind of if you're an Arab or something, but kind of more coppery, metallic a little bit. And he said that he just seemed sketchy, but I'm drunk, so I don't know.
Okay.
And we went to the university, and he showed me that he lived there, because I was like, what are you doing in the alley sneaking around and shit? And then he opened the doors with a ring of keys to the university. He's like, I live here. And I said, I'm coming back to see you tomorrow. You
Okay.
better be there.
Zen's gonna roll a quick insight here.
Yep.
Okay. Zen believes your story. If Zen rolled low, Zen was gonna accuse you of being racist, because he's gonna be like, oh, so you saw a Dragonborn wearing a fancy cloak, and you were like, this must be my friend. And then you beat him up in an alleyway, and you made him show you where he lives.
Zen Tifa.
He's drunk and Tifa. That's savage.
It's just like Brad Pitt in Fight Club with the guy with the wallet out behind the gas station.
Yeah. But then Zen believes your story.
Oh, I heard a honky.
Honky's here. I'm still on my phone.
Okay. And yeah, I'm going to ask Lunaris what he thinks about that. And if he'll come back with me tomorrow.
Oh, well, you guys are of interesting sorts. Perhaps, yes, after a short repos, I would suspect.
Yeah, we have to warn the other guys.
I don't know if you realize this, but it is getting quite late. We will have to rest soon.
Yeah. We'll take care of that. Or Zen says, I'll take care of that when we get back to Fisker's house.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Oh my god, then we show up, boom, 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 knock on the door.
All right, what's Fisker and Honky been up to?
Sitting
Fisker
around the
and-
fire so far. In
They're
Edmond.
still
Yeah, really.
Fisker's still playing music 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Or he's like,
They gone to bed.
or
Well,
he fixed up the house a little bit after the fucking rabbit attack.
Taking this time to go through my inventory and open up all of the puzzle boxes and little weird shit that I got off of people?
It could be, yeah.
Okay.
You
What's
might
up,
have to
then?
log in and remind me about all the stuff, though.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like we'll just do that at a separate time. That can just be like something me and you do.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Should we just give a recap to Scrog?
I basically did while you guys were gone.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just. Are we in the house with them now?
No. You guys are. We'll jump back to the other group.
Yeah. Do a sesh here.
So Scrog and Edmund are just sitting by the fire outside as Fisker and his family watch from the balcony. Scrog's been keeping a watchful eye, and Edmund's also been a little bit on edge, so still kind of trying to jam with his loot. We open up to that after some time, a significant amount of time. I think Fisker would probably decide to put his children to get the fireworks die down, and we'll go right to Fisker.
All right, so the fireworks end, and Fisker looks at his wife and he goes, "It's some lovely purple hues this year." And then his wife Matilda goes, "Yes, well, I mean the main smith down at the fireworks factory patented a new sulfur hexachromate extraction process, so the purples and the yellows are especially vibrant this year. I can't wait to see what Master Shiitake comes up with next year." Fisker's like, absolutely. This is why I married you. This is why I married you, dear. And so then he looks at Edmund and Scrog, and he's like, "Well, I think it's time to put the young ones to bed. What's would you two like to come in and rest your heads for the night? I don't know where the others are, but they seemed like they were probably going to pull some kind of bender." And he just looks at the ground, kind of a little bit sad.
Edmund to look to Scrog.
Scrog is going to just make a bed by the fire so he can keep a watchful eye and keep the fire stoked.
So Scrog, do you need to stay with Fisker? He's asking you if you need a bed.
Oh, I don't need to now. That's sad. Scrog's more comfortable sleeping outside than he is inside the amenities of the house.
All right, so Fisker will say, "Listen, Edmund, may stay in for the night. I mean, you're welcome to stay out here with Scrog if you like. I think he seems to prefer the natural ambiance, but there's a guest room on the ground floor. I mean, I'm sure you could use a rest."
So Edmund clasps his hands together and kind of gives you a pleasant smile, and then gives you like a wave, and goes and just kind of sits down beside Scrog and pulls out his loot. He looks nervous, and a little bit traumatized, really. And he's kind of just looking around, just kind of plucking a few strings here and there.
Okay. So Fisker's going to head in the house, and before he does, he'll notice the look on Edmund's face, and he'll say, I'll try to come back out, buddy. We'll see we'll see if I can get the kids to go to sleep. It's been quite a night." And he just gives Edmund a look of concern.
He gives you like a head shake and like kind of waves you off towards the house, like a go, enjoy your family.
Okay. Fisker gives him a sort of difficult to place look. Edmund's not sure whether he's going to come back out or not, but Fisker goes inside with his kids.
So Edmund comes and sits beside Scrog back at the fire, and for a few minutes he kind of just starts plucking some strings, and he's still looking around, and then his facial expression kind of changes, and he reaches into his bag and pulls out a quill and Kind of looks back at the house as he starts to write. Do you have anybody you care about? With a question mark, and hands it to Scrog. And then he kind of motions towards like Fisker and his family.
Yeah,
and then
go the other guy first, then go me.
pardon? Wah. Wah, it's a Waluigi. Are you good? I guess I kind of missed what you said, Honky.
Yeah, I just heard a random noise. Grog is needed.
I think Baby's losing
Grog
his mind, I think.
I think so.
Scrog is fighting a small Scrog, and it's not working well. Big Scrog is losing this fight.
So Edmund wrote you the note. He says, "Do you have anybody you care about?" Question mark. Any motions towards Fisker's family?
No, all of my kinfolk passed on the battlefield. They died valiantly. Or violently. Who knows?
He takes the page back and he writes, "It must be hard." Question mark. And then he hands it off, and then he thinks about it for a second. He starts writing another one.
Do you have any friends or family? There, Edmund?
So he looks over to you and acknowledges what you say, and then he hands it to you, and it says, "To try and defend those you love," and kind of referring to Fisker. And Edmund writes down on the sheet. He goes, "There's only one left, my mother," and he hands it off to you. And then he kind of asks for the sheet back, and as you hand it back to him, he drops into the fire and lets it burn away. Then he goes, "I don't think it's safe," and he hands you the sheet.
I don't think one is safe.
And he takes it, and he just says, "Getting close to people." And again, he points to Fisker's house.
They say you don't trust Fisker.
And sorry, what'd you say?
Is Edmund hinting that he doesn't trust Fisker?
No, he's saying that it's not safe to get connected with somebody. And then he writes again, and he's like they attacked him here.
Yeah,
At his family.
It's like they were waiting. They knew we were coming here.
Or attacked us, he writes. And he's kind of scribbling frantically now.
I feel like they've attacked us. Finnegas just happens to be the common happenstance in this situation. Possibly even could be a double agent. He kind of showed up after everybody did what they did. He showed up after Buford died and just happened to show up randomly and has taken us to where we are now, where we're getting attacked.
So he kind of licks his quill and he goes, "I don't think so. I think he got involved with something he shouldn't have."
That's how we all ended up where we are today, isn't it?
This is true. ...
I'm a forgiving man these days. Shit happens. You just gotta spread it around.
Edmund thinks about it for a little while, kind of plays with the fire with a stick, then writes on the pad. "What's our next move?" Question mark.
To be honest, I'm not sure. We're not too far from my home, but we're also not too far from Phoenix. So I'm not real sure if we're going to go visit someone else's house or if we're going to try to chase down these Davenport fucks and just end this problem.
I love the Davenport fucks.
Right. Uh-huh.
What should we do about Finnick? He writes next.
We'll take him back to Karamorn, and we will let his disciples take care of the situation at hand.
He writes back, I like this idea. They should be able to help.
I figured if anybody else is more devout to Morton than him, it'd be his constituents.
Edmund writes down, he really is 6 inches up Morden's ass, isn't he? And then he has this kind of weak laugh, like after a few more minutes go by, Edmund writes, do you have a drink?
Whiskey that I've obtained. I can't think where I've obtained it from at this point, but I do. There's a half a bottle of whiskey in my bag.
All right, so Edmund takes a big swig and hands it back, and you kind of sit for, unless you have more to say, to Edmund for a while in silence with the crackling fire.
I'm gonna hand him. I know there are 2 puzzle boxes in my inventory that have been there since season 1. I got 3 of them. Me and you smashed one in Horzors and Moors, and then somebody came in and I threw them in my inventory. So I know they've been there for a while. But I'm gonna hand one of those to you, hand one of those to Edmund, so that he could attempt to take care of that, because that's what we were doing the last time me and him actually hung out, was trying to open those puzzle boxes.
Did I give them to you, or did Sean give them to you?
Sean gave them to me.
Oh, fuck, good luck.
I have no fucking idea what they do.
No, good luck to you.
Oh, no, it's like they were just like, I forget what it was. Like, I had to roll a D something. They were small treasure boxes, is what they were. Like, inside was like a small trinket or something like that. Like, the other one had like 50 gold or something like that in it.
That was like 6 months ago.
Oh, 100%. Right. Remember, man, my inventory is ridiculous, and I've got a picture memory. So, like, I remember these weird things I have.
Right. We can go through it, and I'll think of something to be in them. So you and Edmund kind of bugger around the puzzle boxes for a while, and we'll come back. You guys got them open. Yeah. Just kind of taking turns swigging, and Edmund wincing every time he takes a drink of the hard whiskey. The occasional stray firework going off in the distance. I made a perception check for you, because and Edmund, you're both like, you'll get a little bit distracted, and then you'll return back to the watch, kind of walk. Every once in a while, you get up and walk around the building, kind of go look, but it remains a quiet night. At that point, down the road comes the other 3.
Boom, 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 boom.
Perfect.
Unless Fisker wants to tell us about him banging his wife.
Oh shit.
No, he can't get it up tonight. He's got the fucking jitters.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, before we jump into the next little bit, let's take a 5er.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll take a quick pause there, and
From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum! From this day forth, you put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum!
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really hungry. I skipped dinner.
Oh, shawarma would be so good. Alrighty, well, we're back.
From outer space.
Yeah, I love that song. Okay, so we're back, and yeah, once I get in there, I'm gonna go to Fisker, sorry. And I'm gonna walk up to Fisker and be like, since the kids couldn't enjoy the festival tonight and things have been just
Fisker's in
wild.
bed.
Is Fisker in bed?
Yeah, he's
He
laying
hasn't
down.
come back
so
out yet. Yeah.
we're just coming in and just sleeping. We had guest rooms.
Fisker
So,
was saying that you guys were out on the town, but Scrog should still be up at the fire,
Yeah.
and so should Edmund. So they'll
Yeah,
receive you guys, I assume.
We'll jump to Scrog. You pick up. I mean, it's not hard, but you're being attentive. Like we're kind of guarding the place, right? So you jump.
He's unattentive right now. He is in the middle of changing a diaper.
Scrog picks up on it, and then Edmund follows, and they reach for their weapons and realize it's you guys coming back.
I would like to know what fucking Fisker thinks about everybody's face paint. That's the first thing I want to know.
Pretty good. No, Fisker's in bed, so Edmund and Scrog.
Oh, Edmund and Scrog.
Yeah, I don't recommend waking him up for that. He doesn't like you anyway.
Just trying to wake
That'll
him up
change
with face
soon, but
paint.
for now,
Oh. Well, Lunaris is like just chilling, looking around, wondering why nobody's talking, getting very uncomfortable, looking back and forth, making sure that the two puppets aren't making out.
Victor, you're back too, right?
Yep.
Wait, is Victor back?
Zen's back.
No, but Victor's not back. That's why no one was
he's
talking.
not.
Okay. Well, I'll just.
Sometimes he just goes for a drink real quick, so.
Yeah, I'll
With
just
this
go
break.
in there and sit down with Scrog and Edmund, and we'll all sit down, and I'll be like, yeah, in town, we had some fun, and I thought I saw Buford, and yeah, I'll explain. They already heard me explain this, right? So I'll just explain that and let them know that we should probably go visit that guy tomorrow and see what the hell's actually up with him living there at the university and stuff. And then we'll say we came home early because Zen had an inkling that there's something off about the town and that there may be more of the gnome people that are against us, maybe part of the Buford or the Davenport cultist syndicate, we'll call it, I guess. And when we started painting our faces and joining in the festivities, a black dragonborn from wherever, we'll metagame that question there on what it's called, told us that the Davenports are still after us and that their reach is really far, and he just wanted to warn us, and he does not want any future contact. And it seems like what he said was pretty believable, and we probably best move on from here soon. And we'll have to talk to Fisker about his future plans in the morning. And I'm going to say I'm pretty tired from all this, and I think I'm going to take a small rest, and I can wake up early if you guys want to switch off watching the house.
Resting is difficult for me. I prefer to sleep out amongst the saws. I will see you in the morning, and you'll see just Lunaris waddle off out the door and down the steps.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just take a meditation for 4 hours and get up in the
Where
morning.
are you going, Lunaris? Are you going back to where your house is?
No,
your hovel?
Well, yeah, actually, why not? That'd be a cooler place. I like that.
All right, let's roleplay that out real quick to kind of build out Lunaris some.
Very good.
Scrog wants to try to stop Lunaris from being able to separate
Well,
himself.
actually, I'm going to invite, because fucking Scrog. A moment, sir. A moment before I retreat for the night.
I don't think you're going to retreat too far, buddy.
You and I did well in combat. Perhaps resting in the same location, possibly discussing battle strategies for future endeavors. Would that be up your alley?
I don't leave the sanctity of my group.
Ah,
You're welcome to stay here with us.
very well, sir. It was much obliged, and you're just gonna see fucking Lunaris waddle off.
Where are you going?
He's going. I'm going back to my establishment. It's just at the far end of the property. Come find me if you need me.
I don't think Fisker would be too pleased with you leaving the party. I think it'd be better if you just stayed here and left your amenities where they are.
Oh,
We will go and collect them tomorrow.
I'm gonna look over towards the group. How's the energy of the group looking?
A little bit tired. I mean, a lot of bit tired. Everybody's
I'll go
drank.
with him. There you go. I'll go with him. I'll say, I could come be amongst the fresh air, and I'll take a walk with him, and then I'll just say, Scrog, I'll keep an eye.
Ah, Davos, do you perhaps have any more of that special brew you presented?
Wasn't that your special brew?
Oh, was it?
And then we start drinking a little bit again.
Yeah, and we're gonna do hand in hand, kind of over the shoulder with each other, like as we walk off.
Dope. Okay, yeah, and then I can just meditate out there while he's chilling in the stars. But yeah, we'll go over there. Let's see what happens.
As you walk off, you can see Edmund scribbling, and he shows it to Scrog, and it says Davos is dead, and there's a picture of a dead Davos with
it's drawn like Deadpool with crayon.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, have you seen this man? That picture.
Have you seen this man?
That's funny.
In the morning, have you seen this man? It's Davos, me dead on the ground.
So who hands that to me?
Edmund. And
Okay.
then it says murder bird at the bottom, and it shows a bird attacking Davos and killing him.
I feel the same way. Maybe we should fall back and just stick close. I mean, watch this as it goes down. I don't trust this bird as he tries to pull our people away from us.
Edmund gives a quick nod. He will. He'll try and stealth and follow.
Okay. Edmund?
Yeah. Almost grog.
Can we oh, you guys are both following?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You don't want to get Davos to get murder birded?
I don't know.
Murder birded. All right.
Man,
should I roll like a perception and see if I can see these guys following us?
Yeah.
Well, if you can't beat a 6, bro, I'll be fucking pissed. I think
That's
your
what I
fucking
said.
perception's like plus like
I don't
9.
think it's possible for him not to beat a 6.
So I'm like, you step on a branch and it cracks, and I turn.
Oh
around
yeah,
and
so like, immediately you just clock Scrog, just kind of boom, 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 booming down the path. It takes you a second to catch Edmund, but you catch him too.
I'm gonna be like, "You guys coming with us?" And I'm gonna be like, "Get over here!"
I'm just going to like because I rolled so terrible. Have you ever seen the like where Shaq's trying to hide behind a like twig?
Yeah.
It's like he's like reaches up. I just reach up, pull a branch down, and is like stand next to the tree with the twig in front of my face, and it's like, yeah.
It's
Who
like
are you
Shrek
talking
kind of hide.
Yeah, right. Just straight the fuck up. Just
I'm gonna be like, you're welcome to come. And I'm gonna just keep walking and just look back every once in a while and see what's going on with that tree.
Edmund will kind of point to Scrog and kind of make the motion. Maybe you should hang out at the house. I'll go.
I'm just going to catch up with them since they already seen me. I'm just going to
So
go.
Edmund shrugs and pats you on the bum, and he walks back towards the house.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't trust this, and I'm not leaving Dave out here all by himself to get murdered by a fucking owl.
Just murder birded. You got spooked by Edmund and us with this picture. This is so funny. But yeah, he also
like, let's do this. And now he's like, I'm going back to the house. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting murder birded tonight. See ya. Okay, so we're walking, and what's Lunaris doing on the way home?
So as he like walks down the walkways and you guys interwave between the trees, you come across Lunaris's abode. And he says,
Well,
"Come."
first, you walk by the dead bodies that you rolled.
Oh, that we killed earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little spooky, actually.
How long have they been laying there?
Couple hours.
Davos, do me a favor. Put the bodies over there. And you can see Lunaris starts walking up to the trees of the trunks and starts lighting torches to gain more light in the area. You can kind of see like a burnt out fire pit in the center of the tree. On the inside of the tree, you can kind of see that the way the trunks have grown under the tree almost has like makeshift furniture, because you can see like a little place for Lunaris to sleep. You see a very, very tiny end table with a couple of cups.
Okay. That's pretty dope. You're just like a forest hermit owl man.
So, yeah, so Lunaris is like right deep inside the tree, like in the A location.
Did we loot these bodies?
Yeah. That was all the wyvern people and shit.
Okay. Well, I killed a couple people down here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
did we loot though? Yeah, we did we?
Yeah. Well, you killed the
Invisible.
the flesh golem. So
Yeah.
as you're walking up, the water's kind of pouring over its flesh. It died in the swampy water,
Right.
and it's sitting there. It's it's got like a Frankenstein-esque features to it.
I'm literally
Weirdly,
just trying to reach
underneath its
inside and pull
flesh,
it.
there's
Yeah.
a bit of mechanical things that are inside of it.
That's what I want.
That's what I want, just ripping this flesh
Yeah,
off.
right. Like I'm just like, so you said it's washing over him. He's a flesh golem. I just want to like try to hold those parts in the swamp and like wash them off the best I can and put them in my bag.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
fucking back rat. Just walking around picking
So-
up broken shit.
Just quickly, Lunaris is going to look over towards Davos. And he says, "I need to prepare the space for sleep and rest. Would you grant me a few
He's
minutes
also
to
one.
get changed?"
Yeah, I'll be here with our corpse collector, Scrop.
Yeah, so you see
Yeah.
Lunaris
Oh,
kneel
laugh as
down as he starts to take off his armor, but you can also see him casting a spell. You can kind of see him reciting incantations of a language you might not understand. It's in Celestial. If anybody knows Celestial, you'll know what it is.
Man,
I
no.
don't.
Steve knows Celestial.
Yeah, there you go. So as you exit, you can kind of see Lunaris' claw glowing in light blue hue as an aura starts to emanate from around the base of the tree in all directions.
I'm going to make a ready to action. Scrog doesn't like magic, man. Like this shit's weird to me. I have a ready to action to attack anything that seems like it's coming to me in any type of hostility.
Right on.
I'm
take
gonna
treat
just
people
keep
or
an
kill
eye
them.
out, kind of in awe, seeing this magic that I've never
Yeah.
seen before, being in the Underdark.
So just basically leave them alone for a while. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I am going to tell Scrog that this guy seems he seems a little out there, but doesn't necessarily seem bad. He just seems like he's been alone for a long time. And
Yeah,
that
but
I
folks tell
thought
me
he could.
every other hour, you're fucking out there. Okay, he's just weird. Okay?
Yeah, I know, but you know
You're
what I mean?
fucking
This
out
is like,
there.
yeah, but you like me and I'm the out there guy, so I'm like, I just wanted to give him a little bit of
I know, that's why I can
friendship
tell you
out
this
here in the
as a friend.
forest.
Is like you're the guy that's out there. He's just a weird guy.
I'm gonna laugh with you, hand you the last little bits of a flask if you need a drink there. You've
I'm
been
going
at home all
to
night.
just kind of tap my bag, and you can hear bottles clanking together in there because now I'm up here at my computer and I can see my inventory.
Oh, I'm gonna say,
It's
give
just
me one of those. Let's go.
let's see what do we
Let's
got in
go.
here for you. I'm going to hand him
You did it kind of like the super bad, where you're like, "Oh, look what I have!" Oh, it's like high school shit. You're like,
I'm
"Woo."
going to grab a bottle of the Scrog Grog that we serve at fucking.
Grog.
Yeah. Let's have some grog.
I just have it in here as 7 Horzors and more beers, but you know what I mean? So
Well, you got a whores, and more beer. Let's go.
we're going to call them
All
Scrog
right.
from now on.
They're not carbonated, but
No. Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's just it's just like a
This
fucking
is like
flat ale.
oh yeah, 100%. This is like a flat, like, Belgium pale ale.
Whatever. I'm just keeping the buzz going. Like at this point.
It tastes like fermented wheat and assholes.
So as you guys are out chatting, like a certain amount of time passes by, and you look back over, and all of a sudden, the aura that was around the tree starts to grow up from the ground in an arching format and connect with the tree trunk at the top. Lunaris just casts Lemon's tiny hut. So there seems
Nice.
there's a big aura basically over the tree, and you start to lose sight of Lunaris, who's on the inside, like decked out in armor. And as he steps through the hut, he's actually in civilian attire, basically asking you to enter.
Like in your pajamas, you're like, I'm ready.
I've changed into something a little more comfortable.
Okay. So I'll head over there, and I'll hit Scrog with the back of my hand, kind of like like just tapping him, and I'll say, offer him one of the grogs.
I'm just going to give him a look. Then I'm going to hand Davos another grog to hand to this Lunaris.
Okay. And I will be like, thank you for your hospitality, Lunaris. And I will be like, a drink from our homeland. And I'll hand him the grog.
He takes it and he's like, he just like, one moment. And you kind of see him waddle off, and he sticks his head outside of the Lemon's tiny hut, and you can see his hand come out too, and he starts to try to drink it, but all the water just kind of beads off the hut so it doesn't wreck his house. And he comes back and sits down and says, my friends, this is a time of slumber. Sorry, I had this written. Just one second. Blip. Blip. He looks over towards you and says, friends, thank you for coming. The twilight transitions from light into darkness often brings calm and even joy to my people. As the day labors on and it ends, the resting hour begins. And darkness can also bring terror, but with good friends may we sleep anew. And you can kind of see Lunaris kind of like get snuggy. There's like lots of places for you guys to like crop down and have a nap. And he just kind of lays down, and you can see him cast his hand, and he casts a spell and falls asleep.
Well, I'm gonna have a couple more sips with Scrog here, and chat about a little bit.
Ken, do you remember what the small metal branch with a red gem on the end was?
Oh, fuck you, Pack Rat.
Small metal branch with the red gem. I swear to God, we took that red gem and made it something, didn't we? At one point, or
did we? Because
I don't
Do you
know.
remember where we got? Was it in the last combat?
No, it wasn't last combat.
No, it was like a long.
It had
time
something
ago.
to do.
I do remember.
It had something to do with the night market. That's all I know.
Oh no, it might have been. It might have been when the genie. Yeah, it was the genie when we were releasing
you're
the genie
right.
from that cube. It was the red thing, and then the tuning fork. There was two pieces to release.
You guys used that?
Yeah, I think it was used.
Okay. I must not have been around for that. Because I have both of those in my inventory, both the tuning fork and the fucking thing.
Yeah, that was to release the genie. And then he gave us the wish, right?
Yeah. I remember making the wish, but I don't
What did we make the wish for again?
I don't remember.
Get our names out of the book, you crazy fucks.
Out of the curses.
This conversation car crashed.
I know. It's so drunk and we're chatting about the old day, like what happened. It's hilarious. Me and Scrog can't even remember. We just do shit day to day.
As you guys are chatting, Lunaris is just snoring. He's like,
oh my God.
I'm going to lay down also because I can't. Hang on, let me see. Do I need to rest?
Yeah. And I'll go into a meditation listening to.
There you go. And scene.
All right, then. Anything you want to do while you're sitting there with Edmund?
I
Got
think
it.
he's back.
Or
Damn
he's
it.
muted, one of the two.
Victor.
He just chugged the shit out of that fancy wine, and now he's puking in the bathroom.
He's spread eagle
Holy
face down in
God,
front of the
Jesus.
fireplace, and he'll get a sunburn in the morning.
Just pissed drunkard off wine.
Who
I
is?
hope not.
That's a bit-
Okay, well, the morning cracks and it's you're fucking hearing birds and shit.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking Lunaris wakes up like a fucking rooster. Hello, motherfuckers.
Cock-a-hoodle-doo.
All right, you guys get up and out of your goddamn feet. Walk down there. 2-5, 2-5.
Like a person in the morning, he's all rested, so now he's just
Yeah.
fucking roostering us.
You should have just made Foghorn Leghorn as a
Well, I say it. The night turns pretty bright right before the dawn. I would like to say.
yeah. Fucking nailed it, see?
Holy shit.
All right, so yeah. I guess Edmund and Zen took turns watching Fisker's house. We'll wake up Fisker because he's the one who went to bed early enough and had the best night's sleep.
Yeah, well, we can assume he had a good night's sleep, but who knows?
Breakfast with the family. Breakfast with the family.
So Fisker's gonna wake up just, let's say, before the crack of dawn. He's gonna slink downstairs and kind of leave his family sleeping upstairs, and he'll walk out the front door, just to kind of breathe in the morning air, watch the sunrise, and kind of just reassess everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. When he walks out the front door, he looks at the fire pit to see if there's anyone sleeping there.
There's a small tent set up that has Zen inside of it, like just a not a makeshift tent, but like an open air tent. You look around, you can see Edmund sleeping with his back against the door of your house.
Okay. Is anyone awake?
Doesn't appear to be.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna wander the property and explore. See if there's any interesting evidence or this. He's a little afraid there's people still lurking in the bushes. So, like, does he come across Lunaris's campment?
Only if you want to head all the way down to the like river swampy area.
No, he's not gonna go down there.
He
All right,
lives
But no,
down by the river.
Okay.
Zen and Edmund.
Okay, so I guess Fisker's healed up now, right? So let's give him his long rest, and he's gonna sit on a wooden rocking chair on the porch, and he's gonna take out a big stack of washers and nuts from his pocket, and he's gonna start cobbling them, while just waiting for the rest of the party to get up and find him. He looks pensive and using his work as a grounding mechanism so that he doesn't freak out.
Yeah, you also have your gun there, like you're sitting on the porch in your chair with a gun beside you. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chair, he puts his gun on the. He doesn't sit down in the chair with the gun strapped on his back.
Maybe lights up a pipe, a wooden pipe.
You're a pipe.
Yeah, let's say he lights up a wooden pipe. Let's say he lights up a. Let's say it's a brass pipe. Or it's a wooden
brass
pipe.
pipe. Yeah.
Full of
Yeah,
sound.
yeah. Inlays on it. Nice.
Crack pipe.
The inlays.
We'll say the next person to come to is the person who doesn't actually have to really sleep. So Davos, you come to in Leonid's tiny hut, this dome above your head, with kind of a moon kind of glow to it.
Can we say Lunaris is waking up kind of at the same time with this cockadoodle do shit? Like,
Oh no, he's out
Sure.
cold. He's out.
he's out. Okay,
He's out. He's out until.
Well, I don't really want to leave Scrog here, but maybe I'll. Fuck. Okay, yeah, I'll head back to the house by myself because they need an 8-hour sleep. So I'll
Alright,
get up 4 hours later.
So you go to walk, you go up to the dome, and you can just kind of put your hand through and pull it back in. You're like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. So you walk through, and wander back up towards the house.
I'm gonna turn around and stick my face through it a few times because it feels kind of tingly when I do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna walk back and be like, hey.
Goddamn kid.
All right, so you wander back up towards the house. Fisker, he's not trying to be stealthy. You pick him out coming up the path, just Davos by himself.
All right, he's just gonna make eye contact and not say anything.
I'm gonna wave over, carrying 2 stuffies in my arm, and I'll walk up nonchalantly to the porch. And is there another seat to sit at, or?
I imagine his wife would have probably a rocking chair out there too.
Yeah, let's say there's a bunch of chairs.
Just ask him if I can. Do you have a good sleep? Can I have a seat?
Yeah, Davos, sit down, man. So, how was the festivities last night? I thought you would all arrive back before I went to sleep, but I simply couldn't stay awake any longer.
It was pretty good. I'm gonna start. Oh shit! And then I'm gonna start wiping my face of the face paint off as he sees me wipe my monocle and mustache. And I'm kind of squinting from the drunk last night, but I'm all right. I'm just rubbing it off, and then I kind of crack a smile, and I'm like, "Yeah, it was good." We face painted and enjoyed the festivities. There's also some information we kind of obtained, but I just wanted to give you these as well for your kids because they didn't get to enjoy the festival and everything was fucking haywire and dangerous. So these are for them. You can give them to them when they wake up if you want.
Oh, Davos, that's very kind of you. Fisker looks genuinely touched, and he's like, I usually don't take the little ones into the festival grounds after dark. It can get a little rowdy, but they'll be very, very happy to have a memento, especially since the fireworks were a little bit ruined this year. But anyway, back to the most important subject. Who is the Owl Man?
Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about that because what went down with the kids seemed a little fucking sketchy. Not gonna lie, as well. And you, as a father, must be kind of concerned for what the hell is going on there. He seems to be just weird as fuck. Like to put it plainly.
My neighborhood has never been attacked before. Is he being hunted?
I think it's us because last night I thought I saw Buford. I tracked a man down. It wasn't Buford. I was drunk. We'll talk about that with the group. We got to go find him later. But also, we came into contact with Buford, a dragonborn from Buford's city, and he wanted to warn us. He said he didn't want to see us again, but he said that we had to be warned about the Davenport family trying to find us still. So we basically got information that they have far-reaching money and a cult, like I don't know, it's kind of like a syndicate, and I think that there may be some influence in Tatooine. Like when we fought the dragons or the wyverns, we were fighting one of them, right? And they called us heathens, and I don't know, we may need to leave, and I understand if you want to stay with your family, but we have to keep going.
You think your enemies have tracked you here, and the Owl Man poses no danger. And you see he leaves his eyebrows raised.
I don't know what to think of him, but he is just not in his right mind. Like, I do not think that he is playing us a fool. Like, he's just, I don't know, man, little hermit man in the forest. Like, he's he's weird. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't let your kids around him again, but for now, I just I don't know.
You see a flicker in his facial expression, like he almost took offense at the remark about his kids not being able to handle themselves, but then he immediately masters himself and he goes, okay, so he's not related to the attack. This is Davos. In 20 years, nothing like this has ever happened in my neighborhood, and now the Owl Man and the assassin show up on the same night. Your enemies have tracked you. How have your enemies tracked you here? Are we being followed?
Oh, yeah, I think that we've definitely put a little bit of a stain in your life, and I'm sorry about that. Us meeting you and you bringing us here to meet your family has probably not been in the best interest of safety, but that's
Oh,
why I
please.
think that we should figure out a ways to move on. I'd love to have you with us, but at the same time, I understand you have to protect your family.
You have all saved my life on the road when my cart broke down and my party was murdered. I owe you a great debt, and I want to help you stay safe. But I know very little of this dragon family that you seem to be at odds with, and I'm afraid to take sides for the safety of my family. But if, as you say, they've infiltrated the town and are spying on us, it's possible that I've already been associated with you irreversibly, and I'm worried that now there may be no way out. I think we need to figure out how your enemies have tracked you here to what should be a safe and quiet and peaceful place. This is, I I'm afraid, Davos, that they're going to come back.
Yeah, I agree. We need to talk with this to everybody because we need to figure out a way to keep your family safe as well as I agree with you. Find out how they've tracked us here. The man I found that I thought was Buford seemed just weird and suspicious, and he led me to the university and said that he lived there. He looked like he could have been telling the truth, like he had keys there, but we should see him tomorrow and question his relation to the sneakiness because he may be involved. I don't know.
Well, if he's not wanting to talk to you again, that may be complicated. I don't know how you should be wary about upsetting random people in this city, especially those of a different race. Outlanders who come here are often affluent and carry with them a high amount of influence. And unfortunately, the gnomish races occupy the middle and underclasses. And if there's a dragonborn who has told you to leave him alone, I'm not certain you should hunt him down, Davos. At
No,
least not openly.
this was the other man. He had copper skin, kind of bronze copper skin, and I don't know exactly what race he was, but he might have some information for us. Also, Zen wanted to check out his guild and see if they have any information regarding anything we've been dealing with artifact wise, and if there's been other tales accounted for in the land of these things.
You see Fisker's eyes light up a little bit, and he's like, Guild? Where is his guild hall? Certainly not here. Or is it? Is there a
It is.
branch in this town?
You
Mhm.
just made me remember. He told me there was a guild in the town, but also at the festival last night there was a guild competition for crafting, and we said we were thinking to ourselves to tell you to join.
Oh yes, the of course the local 343 exhibition. They have it every year.
That was perfect. You should
Normally,
bring Plumbart and what's the other one called? What's the homunculus called?
Audrey too.
Audrey.
Well,
Audrey.
I mean,
Audrey there for the display of your genius.
well, I mean, I don't like the bones. I used to be on the board of trustees to appoint the judging panel every year for the competition. I normally send my apprentices in to demonstrate their skills.
Oh,
But
so you've won this
this
before.
year, oh well, I mean, he looks at the ground and he's a little bit sheepish, and he's like, I haven't exactly entered. I mean, it's more for young up and comers. It would be seen as poor taste for an old veteran like myself to compete with the new talent.
Humble as always. You fucking
well.
genius. And I'm gonna hit him on the shoulder. I'm gonna say, do you want to have some? Should we make a warm brew this morning and make some breakfast for the others?
I think I can get some fat back out of the I think I can get some salted fat back out of the basement and cook up enough for everyone. But I think we need to dig into this problem. We don't know how much danger we're in. I need to put my family in hiding. This is we have to find Zen. He has a I haven't been home in months. I don't know what's going on here. You remember at the inn, it seemed like there was definitely some malfeasance afoot in town since I was last here. Since I was last here, I've had several near-death experiences alongside all of you, and I'm just as out of touch as the next foreigner. I think we need to start tracing down some local gossip, and I think I'm going to take my family to the guild hall. And we have a sort of apprentices' quarters there for the live in let me how do I explain this in terms that you'll understand, Davos? We train our young folk from a very young age in
And
very
they live with
specific
them.
crafting. When we believe in compartmentalization here, and it's the assembly line is king. And
So there's a place
I'm
for them
in
to
charge.
stay at least?
Yes. I'm started my gunsmithing business. I was in charge of the one wing of the apprentices guild. It was the Hobbers Union 641. We were at the very back of the complex. Each year they sent me 3 talented young men to train in the acts of gear hobbing. And
Some of it's flying over my head, but I'm just envisioning in my head fucking Fisker just like gun crafting and teaching. He's like a professor. He's like showing them how to do everything. He's firing
Just
guns in
blowing
a
people's
field with them.
brains out. Yeah.
He's like shooting exploding targets and like shit like that. The students.
you can tell Fisk struggling to dumb it down so that it's not boring for Davos, and he's stuttering a little bit. But he's like, we would turn out three master hobbers a year to be sent to work on the lines, and it was tedious work but very rewarding. And then you see he has a little glint in his eye. He reaches down to the bottom of the wooden chair and he pushes a little button, and out of it springs like a series of cogs, and he starts to turn the wheel, and you can see the chain of cogs start to turn, and the back of the chair reclines slightly, and then he pushes the button and it goes back into the armrest.
Nice. Fuck yeah. He's got a lazy boy. He's the first one to have ever made a lazy boy. I'm gonna turn over and be like, you fucking genius again. Just chuckle with him.
He gives a wry grin and he slaps you on the back. He gets up and he's like, well, anyway, on to the bacon.
On to the bacon.
He shuffles in the front door, and you hear the sound of him descending the wood staircase.
Your
Perfect.
rustling kind of wakes up the sleeping Edmund beside you, and his eyes come to, and he sees you both there, and he has a light smile on his face. You do see that he was sleeping with the loaded pistol in his hand, and he takes it and
In his mouth.
And yeah, his mouth, just contemplating to
He's ready to
PTSD
not get
solid.
death birded.
This is right. We're gonna do 3 sessions about Edmund dealing with his PTSD. You don't know what it was like.
We already did that. That's exactly what we did.
Hey,
He takes
Victor's
it,
back.
He puts it in the holster and smiles and just kind of wearily, like blurry-eyed, follows you into the house.
And I'm gonna rub my hands together and be like, bacon.
At this point, we can jump to Scrog and Lunaris. You both kind of wake up at a similar time in Leonid's tiny hut.
Nice.
Lunaris' tiny hut.
Strong's alone with him now, waking up.
Yeah. So as soon as Lunaris wakes up, you can kind of see him shuffling around in kind of like a little hole that's on the side of the coffee table that goes deeper into the roots of the trees. And you can start to see him pull out like sandwich slices. And as he puts like his hands down in the hole even further, he comes up and he just starts dropping what seems to be like several like house mice that are dead into the sandwich. And he kind of goes to take a bite, and he looks over and to see Scrog, and he kind of goes, and he hands the sandwich to him.
Do we have a honky?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you want the mice sandwich?
Fuck it, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Lunaris is going to make a new one for himself.
Roll a charisma saving throw, Scrog. Just kidding.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
dead
don't I
mice.
get that with advantage because orcs eat weird food?
It's dead mice in a sandwich.
Just,
That's exactly. You've eaten mice before, not prepared.
Right, yeah,
quite
like I
this,
eat fucking hearts that have been in my bag for days. Like,
Yeah,
this
and he's
is-
probably like something new to try. Like,
fuck it, I'm a foodie. Let's go.
So
Yeah,
as I'm
Lucy, yeah.
chomping down on the sandwich, you can kind of see Lunaris, who's still in civilian attire, exits the tiny hut. Kind of stretches his wings. He's just chowing on a sandwich, looking at the water.
I'm gonna ask. All right, so Scrog follows him outside while it's like eating half a sandwich and a bite, and this is pretty good. So what's up with that spell you cast last night in your magic little house?
Oh, for some reason my mind has been troubled as of late. It's the only way for me to be able to sleep is with magical aid. What you saw was the sleep spell.
So you
Kind
just
of a
cast
useful little
melatonin or something?
utensil, I
What's the
find.
deal here?
Sorry, what was that?
Use Lunaris cast melatonin.
Ambien.
Yeah.
And
Xanax.
Lunaris looks towards Scrog and says, yes, well, with these wounds, he extends a wing to the grotesque mangling of feathers and metal and says, it's difficult to sleep without that help. He kind of retracts his wing.
Is there anything we can do to help you get rid of that?
I can barely remember how it happened, let alone how to solve this. But you're sweet for a tall fellow. And he kind of goes back to eating his sandwich.
Shove the rest of mine in my mouth and pull out a bottle of this will be my fourth bottle of Scrog's grog, and take a big swig out of it and hand the other half of it to Lunaris.
Lunaris grabs a hold of it and takes a 10-foot step back and turns, and you can kind of see he's trying to drink from it while washing the makeup off of his face from the night before out of the river in front of him. And he's having a hard time. Like he spilled probably 10% of it and then hands it back to you.
He's like hiding while he's trying to drink it properly because he's
It
like
is kind of
self-conscious
perfect
now.
thinking back to this.
Yeah.
How Davos is like first real heart to heart with another character. He had like scrawlings on his face from the night, like a mustache and a monocle from the night before. It's like when you wake up after a party, and you're like, yeah, well, we should really, talk about, you're a cool dude.
Hangover.
Yeah, exactly. All your emotions are gone from the night before. You're finally like in a clear set of mind, though, and you're like, okay,
It's definitely
time to
hangover
party.
Caspian Sea style.
That's perfect.
Should we go find our friends, Scrog? Well, I know they're not my friend. I know I just met them. Silence.
Yeah, the puppet.
And he looks back towards Scrog, and you can kind of see Lunaris' head tilt like a bird, and just kind of like a weird, creepy grin.
We might as well go get these goofy fuckers.
Alright, and Lunaris starts to hop from rock to rock as not to get the bottom part of his, like, night dress dirty.
You're still in your...
He's almost like wearing a dress, almost, but it's, like, made for a male.
Grog's still wearing now dried Yonti skin. Is going to stand up and follow Lunaris, just trudging through the swamp. Did I get anything when I tried to pick up all them scrap parts of the guy?
Yeah,
I'm literally just trying to get scrap parts to Fisker when we get home. So that's the plan.
Put in various gears and cogs.
All right, go ahead and put that in your inventory, Fisker, and we'll roleplay it.
I don't think Fisker's there.
Fisker. Cote.
I'm here.
Okay. I'm going to be giving you various gears and cogs that I picked up off of the flesh zombie.
So you all approach the house. There's nobody outside. Maybe for sake of brevity. Do you invite them in for a breakfast? Is that kind of where this is all going, Fisker?
Yeah, absolutely. Morning, guys. I've got bacon for everybody. I'm sure a lot of you are hungover, especially if you drank the wine on the side of 47th Street that faces the waterfall. I hope you stayed on the east side of town where the wine doesn't have antifreeze in it. So gather round before Fisker gets into any more
Can you push Fisker's house one more time?
Before Fisker gets into any lengthy monologues while serving breakfast, I'm gonna have to leave. So
I am also going to have to go.
Yeah, I was thinking probably too.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
pick
a good
up
place to start, though.
at the
New
couch,
story.
Yeah.
Basically, new story time.
Table.
Yeah, that's perfect. We're at the table.
Perfect time.